It is budget day in BC, and the finance minister has just tabled what he described as a boring but balanced three-year plan. Here are the highlights. The coming year will see a $184 million provincial surplus, and that's expected to rise to $451 million 3 years from now. But you will be paying more for health care, with medical premiums increasing by 4%. Smokers should expect to pay more as well, with a tax on tobacco rising to $3.20 per carton starting in April. And all of that means BC's total debt will be going up. It's slated to grow to $68.9 billion over the next 3 years. Now, it is unusual to hear a finance minister refer to his own budget as boring, but it's hard to disagree. Stephen Smart has more on the politics behind it.
Good morning, everyone.
Even in fiscal terms, BC's finance minister acknowledges this is not the most exciting budget.
A triple B budget, a boring balanced budget.
With surpluses in each of the next 3 years. In fact, if you add in additional forecast allowances and contingency funds, there's nearly $3 billion in wiggle room for additional expenses.
The achievement of a balanced budget leaves room for some modest, and again I use that word modest, tax relief.
Things like an increase in the property transfer tax exemption for first-time homebuyers, and measures like education savings plan contributions and an early childhood tax benefit.
Fiscally very cautious. This is a government that desperately wanted it to be in the black, stay in the black, but the numbers are so thin. The margins are so tight.
But it isn't all good news. Despite a campaign promise of a debt-free BC, the debt will continue to rise, peaking at nearly $70 billion in 3 years.
Paying down the debt, starting with a reduction in the debt to GDP ratio, can also be done, and we've started down that path.
The budget also includes an initial tax regime for the liquefied natural gas industry.
Our proposal is a two-tier liquefied natural gas income tax.
It boils down to taxing the industry at a lower rate at first, then hiking it for the long term. In political terms, you could describe this as a safe budget. It doesn't give very much or take very much away, but it does give government a lot more money to play with at the end of the three-year plan, conveniently timed to coincide with the next election. Stephen Smart, CBC News, Victoria.